1963, American-made Fender Stratocaster.
I mean, based on everything I've seen here, there's no question that this is genuine.
Sell for less than $3 million.
Rick heads to New York for a major deal, the Declaration of Independence.
Jeremy?
Hey, Rick, yep.
I'm here for the broadside.
Come on in. There it is.
Definitely a wow moment.
A wow moment, right. This is an extremely rare July 1776 printing of the Declaration of Independence.
This is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, this is just incredible. This was right after the 4th of July. I think it was John Dunlop was a printer in Philadelphia. He goes out and he basically takes a copy from Congress and writes it all out, then goes back to the print shop, lays out his print, and starts printing these. They think he printed right around 200 of them, okay? And that was the original one. And then when other printers around the country got a hold of them, they also made copies, and this is the New Hampshire one, correct?
Correct.
That's the way the internet worked back then.
That's right. This was displayed at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia. It's in exceptional condition. It's extremely scarce. 2 million.
Okay.
Rick called an expert.
There are the nail holes from back then, which are not, very consistent round nails like we have today. They're all handmade and different. And you can see on the handmade laid paper even the impression of individual letters.
All right, so I mean, it's 100% legit.
Absolutely.
All right. Brass tacks, what is it worth?
I think this could go for $2 million at auction now.
I would love to give you like $1.4 million.
I would sell it to you for 1.5 million.
Okay. I'll meet you in the middle. 1.45, I think that's fair. I think we can both be happy with that.
I think we got a deal.
Oh my goodness, I own the Declaration of Independence.
Congratulations.
A man brought a piece of rock and roll history to the store.
I actually got one of the most important documents in rock and roll history. The contract between Brian Epstein, who was the manager, and the Beatles, creating the partnership between the two of them.
You have the original Beatles contract.
Yep.
The articles hereby appoint the manager to act as their manager throughout the world for a period of 5 years from the first day of October 1962. Brian Epstein was a genius. He basically transformed the Beatles from an unknown band playing small clubs into the biggest rock band ever. Okay, how much do you want for it?
$1 million.
That's a lot of money.
An expert was called to check its authenticity.
I've heard about this piece before. It's been well documented. People want Beatles stuff, autographs, stuff, lyrics, you name it. The stuff they wore on stage. The Beatles are always #1. In terms of their signatures, I mean, they're still the most sought after. It's not uncommon to have them together, but on a contract, that's a pretty rare piece in itself. The Harrison signature is just, very early signature for him. John Lennon wouldn't sign John W. Lennon as a signature. He'd never do it for someone in person, but this is a pretty unique situation. But I'm still seeing a lot of the same similarities here, especially in the double ends here. So these are all very good signs.
All right, so is it real?
I mean, based on everything I've seen here, there's no question that this is genuine. I'd put the value of this piece right at around $500,000.
I mean, you're not gonna like my price. I mean, I'd pay you like $350 for it.
You know what? That's an incredible offer, but I'm really gonna have to stick to $1 million.
I would go $350. That's cash right now. If you don't take that, I would wait for another auction.
I'm gonna have to decline on the $350.
Good luck with it.
I appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Rick saw George Washington's suit at a friend's place.
Drum roll.
Whoa. So is this George Washington's too?
It is. It's a three-piece suit that he acquired sometime in the mid-18th century. It's amazing that it held up so well.
The suit was well preserved.
I think it's from the 1750s or 60s.
Okay.
Back then, it was pink. And you can still see some of the pink in this area.
Let's see what the price tag says.
And sell for less than $3 million.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of suit.
1.5?
No, I appreciate your offer, but it's really a major part of my collection.
How about $2 million?
The best price, absolute best price would be $2.5 million.
Okay, and you're firm at that?
Absolutely firm with that.
I mean, okay, well, I guess the suit's out then. I didn't get the suit, but you know what? It didn't fit me anyway.
When a Jimi Hendrix guitar makes its way to the pawn shop, Rick can't resist.
Okay.
1963, American-made Fender Stratocaster.
Oh, to me, this is the guitar.
But there's something very, very special about this specific guitar.
All right.
This guitar was actually played by Jimi Hendrix.
That's a big wow factor right there. Jimi Hendrix, he was an icon. This guy did things with the guitar that no one did before. He played a Strat.
Yeah.
Left-hand guitars are far and few between.
Right,
His first
right.
guitars were used. He couldn't find a left one.
Right.
So he started playing with a right-handed guitar with the strings upside down. Even when he had money, he continued playing guitars that were right-hand guitars
Yeah.
strung upside down.
Here's just something that came out this year in this magazine about this specific guitar. The guy that wrote this article, did a lot of extreme diligence. Plus, I have, a letter signed by Jimmy's brother. I think this guitar, from everyone I've talked to, I'd be willing to take, say, $750,000 for it.
An expert was called.
There's a couple things you'd want to look at. Another thing is what they call ring wear. If you're playing the guitar like this, my wedding ring hits the guitar, removes a lot of the paint, finish from there. This guitar has actually been documented. No doubt, this is definitely one of Jimmy's guitars.
That's really, really cool. So what do you think it's worth?
Anywhere from $750 to good auction, million.
Let me give you $450,000.
450? Man.
My thing is, I take all the risk, you walk away with cash.
Yeah, I'm thinking 750, man.
I'll give you $500,000.
This guitar's worth more than that. It just is.
If you want the money now, I can go $550.
750, really, man. That's a bottom dollar I can take for the guitar.
Okay, well, have a nice day. Tell me if it goes to auction, I might bid on it.
Okay. Thanks, man. Well.
A man walks into the pawn shop with a huge gem in his hand.
Check that out. It's a Kunzite.
A Kunzite.
Kunzite.
You sure it's just not a fancy piece of glass?
It's been in my family for generations and generations. That's all I know.
They only discovered the stone like right around 1900, so it hasn't been in for generations and generations.
A generation?
All right, do you know anything about it?
Yeah, I guess it's an evening stone or something.
Yeah, the reason they call it an evening stone is because Kunzite can actually fade in sunlight, so it's jewelry you're supposed to wear in the evening. They're really rare.
More money to change.
I'm gonna have Jeff, my gemologist, check it out.
Well, you don't trust me? You don't think it's real?
No, I don't.
Come on.
Experts declare it natural.
All stones have clarity characteristics which can help identify them. If it's glass, most likely there's going to be air bubbles. And so what I can see in here are inclusions that tell me that this is natural. Something of this nature, with this size and with this color, I'd probably estimate $30 to $50 a carat.
Okay, how many carats does it weigh?
323.8 carats.
So we're talking at $30 a carat, right at $9,600, right in that neighborhood?
Yeah, ballpark.
I'll give you $5,000.
I'll go 10 G's.
No.
Please? Meet in the middle? 7,500?
I'll give you $6,000.
7,500?
$6,000.
65?
All right, 65.
All right.
All right, give me your ID.
Rick went to London to buy some Banksy art.
So here's a piece.
Whoa.
That's an original Banksy.
That's amazing. So it's Monkey Detonator, right?
Yes. This one is an original screen print. Welcome to hell.
These are amazing. Banksy. He has got that crazy mystique about him because no one knows who he or she is. And it's literally the most popular art in the world now. I mean, it is the hottest art. There will be a day when a Banksy breaks the $100 million mark. I truly believe that.
Absolutely. So this one is edition of 175, and it comes with a certificate of authenticity made by the Pest Control.
The Pest Control, that's like his authentication company or something like that?
Yes. It comes with a bill that was cut in half with a number, and Banksy Pest Control will keep the other half to make sure it's original.
How much?
Well, my client wants £750,000.
The rat?
The owner asked for £15,000.
Right around 18,000 American.
An expert was called there.
I would see this piece, the Monkey Detonator, on a good day in auction, achieving 900,000, maybe more.
Pounds?
Pounds.
So 900,000 pounds is a smidgen more than $1 million.
Indeed.
And what does this go for?
Recent auction results, we've seen this print achieve £16,000.
So that's right around 19,000 American, right around
Thereabouts,
that?
yeah, thereabouts.
Okay. All right, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 600,000 pounds. That's 720,000 American.
It's a very fair offer, but unfortunately, it's too far still.
Do you think he'll take 650? That's 780,000 American.
You know, I'm gonna try to reach him right now and get back to you. Congratulations, we have a deal at £700,000.
I offered 650.
It's a great deal you have on your hands.
My family will think I'm nuts, but okay, we got a deal.
A man came in with a spooky art painting.
I got this picture here. It's from, like, it says 1500s. As far as I'm concerned, this is like a scary picture. I mean, I wouldn't want to hang this on my wall.
I really like it.
You're a weird individual for liking this stuff. I don't like it.
This is an engraving by Albrecht Dürer. Actually, he's a pretty famous artist. As a matter of fact, he's really famous. I mean, he was probably the greatest engraver of the Renaissance. Albrecht Dürer was obsessed with the idea that the world would end in some kind of apocalypse, like in the Bible. So most of his work included demons and satanic creatures.
The man was not sure about its authenticity.
Do you think that this is an original?
That is his autograph. I mean, that's the way he did it in every one of his prints. This is 1700s or 1800s paper. This thing is definitely worth some money, but I'm not really sure about the value. Normally, I'd call my buddy Brett, but he's busy with a new gallery opening, so I'm gonna have to take a gamble on the price.
No, I know 6,000.
You get 5,500. I won't go up any more.
All right. Okay. Tough negotiators.
Rick was called to inspect the value of an extravagant Pullman train car.
These are amazing.
So here's the story. We just bought this property. I don't know anything about trains, so you're the first guy I had to call.
Well, they're private cars. I mean, these things were like the G5 of the day. I mean, I drove by this thing a million times. I never thought it was like this inside. Yeah, this is like literally one of the ultimate displays of wealth back in the day. This was the Rockefellers, the Astors. It was like right around 1900 because you can sell that Victorian style with the velvet. Everything's tufted, you know, the gold roping and everything else like that. You have a desk right here. You would have like guys that you're involved with business. There's a bedroom. I mean, this is really, really impressive. This thing has just been sitting in downtown Las Vegas. You walk inside and you're literally walking 110 years in the past.
You think you can get $1 million for these two?
I have no idea. I mean, the thing is you can't just look up and see what the last one sold for.
An expert was called there.
This is nice. The car is beautiful. I mean, it's in surprisingly nice shape for having just sat out in the air here for decades. There's a few things that are a little more modern than it would have been originally. That doesn't matter. This is just a very nice car.
So this wasn't a conversion?
No, no, it wasn't.
All right, dude, I think I can sell this thing.
Well, I appreciate it.
I just really just so nerding out on this thing. I absolutely love it. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and find a buyer. I'm going to have that buyer go direct to Derek, and I'm going to make a little money in the middle.
The Book of Mormon was brought to the store.
Brought for you a book, the Book of Mormon.
Is it the play or the book?
It's definitely the book. It's even harder to get this than tickets to the play.
Oh, that must be really difficult then. All right. Is it an older version of it, or?
Yeah, well, this is a version that was printed actually in 1842. This one wasn't printed in many copies, maybe 600-something copies. So I was going to ask something on the order of like $25,000 for it.
Damn.
An expert was called there.
The Book of Mormon.
The Book of Mormon. Wow, this is actually really hard to find. The Book of Mormon is hugely important in American history because this is America's most successful homegrown religion, and this is the key text for that religion. I would appraise this book actually at about $40,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
I always like you, but today you're particularly wonderful.
There we go.
You're the best.
I think $25,000 was really fair.
So you would take 23.
I really think it's a $40,000 book. You'll sell it. There's a lot of demand for it.
Can you give me a little and just let me do 24,000?
You gave me an extra 1,000 last time. This time I'll give it to you, so we'll do it that way.
It's a deal.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Pawn Stars content.